right, so this week in geography, we are going to go to our next continent. All right, so let's do a review. We are learning 7 continents or pieces of land around our world, and here they are. So we have North America, where we live. Then we traveled to South America. We went across to Europe and Africa. And we also discussed this icy continent down at the bottom, which is Antarctica, which is all ice. And you don't find people unless they're scientists living in Antarctica, and they can't live there all year round because it gets too cold in Antarctica's winter, although it seems like our winter all year, right? So those are our 7 continents. We have not discussed this one, and we have not discussed this one. So today we're going into this big land area, okay, which is called Asia. All right, so we're starting our continent of Asia. All right, welcome to Asia. There's our picture. It is the largest continent. It has more than 40 countries in it. So within the continent of Asia, there are 40 countries. All right. I believe that Africa had 4 countries. But as far as land mass and amount of people, Asia is the largest country. And the picture we saw was the Great Wall of China. Okay. The Great Wall of China. So it's the largest piece of land on Earth and our continents. The largest pieces of land on Earth are called continents. There are 7, and Asia is the yellow continent on the map. Okay, so we looked at that. People of Asia, most of the world's people live in Asia. So it has the biggest population, the most people live in that continent. Most of the people will live in very busy cities. People shop on the street markets in Mumbai, India. So in Mumbai, India, they have a lot of outdoor food markets, and you can go up there and eat and buy your food from the outdoor food markets. Something that we have similar in Lancaster County would be Central Market, but it's actually housed in a building. So you go buy your food at market style place, but it's in a building and not outside. Okay, many people work in modern factories. Most of the world's computer parts you can find in the continent of Asia. So here's a computer factory where the girls are working to put together computer parts. All right. Other people live in villages. So you have cities, which is very populated. And then you have villages that are outside the city. They grow rice on farms. Most of the world's rice also comes from Asia. So here they are cleaning the rice. So Asia does a lot of our technology. It also does a lot of rice all over the world. Wild weather. Asia has monsoons. These are strong winds. In the summer, monsoons also bring heavy rain. So a monsoon is a strong wind and then really heavy rains. This is in Indonesia. Okay, they're running home from school in a monsoon storm. Some parts of Asia have cold, snowy winters. Okay, so this is in Japan. So they have monsoons, they have warmer weather, and some places even have cold weather. Amazing animals. Asia has a lot of rare animals. Giant pandas live in Asia. Their favorite food is bamboo, and they live in the bamboo forest. That would be a giant panda. Bengal tigers live in Asia's forest. Tigers are good hunters and like to swim. All right, so like the rainforest would be a place to find your tigers. Maybe even the bamboo forest would have some. Okay, so tigers are forest animals, not savanna animals. So they would be in the forest. Wild places. Asia has forests. Some have many trees. Other forests grow bamboo plants. So you have the bamboo forest, okay? See the tall, hollow, they're tall, they're hollow, but they're not very wide. That's called bamboo. We have some bamboo in the United States too. Asia has deserts also. The Gobi Desert is dry. Wind blows the sand and makes large dunes. And of course, what animal lives in these deserts? But the camel. Mount Everest is in Asia. It is the tallest mountain on earth. It is one of the many things that makes Asia such a unique continent. It is very windy and very cold, and very few people can travel to the top because the altitude is so high and it gets so cold by the time you get to the top that you can freeze to death. So you have to travel with a guide who really knows how to take care of his people. Modern marvels. The Burj Khalifa in Asia is the world's tallest building. It has 160 floors up. The building took 6 years to build. It's made mostly of steel, concrete, and glass. Some people live in the Burj Khalifa. Others work in its offices. Okay? So there it is. So we used to have the tallest building in our Twin Tower, or not in our Twin Towers, but in our towers in New York. But this one now is taller. Meet a Komodo dragon. Komodo dragons are the biggest lizard in the world. They use their tongues to smell. They can use their claws to climb trees. Komodo dragons live on an island in Asia. So this is a Komodo dragon. All right. And they can climb trees. So you have to watch out if you're in a forest so the Komodo dragon doesn't fall down on you. All right. So that is our continent of Asia. Lots of interesting things that you can see in Asia. And remember, there are 40 different countries in that one continent, okay? So it's a big piece of land, lots of people. The world's majority of population live in Asia, okay? But with the 40 different countries, a lot of different personalities and cultures within that continent. All right, and we're gonna learn another country out of the continent of Asia, and this is India. Okay, so we're going to visit India. And this belongs to the continent of Asia, India. India is a country in Asia. Its capital is New Delhi. India is smaller than the United States, but it is one of the most populated countries in the world. More than 1 billion people call India their home. Only China has more people. Okay, so China is also in Asia, and they have the most people in the world, but then you have India, and it has the second largest population. So now you can see why Asia has the most people in it, because first they have China, and then they have India. Okay, and New Delhi is right about here in India, and that's the capital. India has mountains, plains, plateaus, and deserts. The Thar Desert is named after a word that means sand dune. Thar sand dunes constantly move in the wind, shrinking and growing. Some of the dunes are almost 500 feet high, taller than the Statue of Liberty. So it's very windy in this desert, so that it keeps blowing the sand dunes smaller, and then they get high again, and smaller, and then they get high. So it's constantly changing. So that would make it very confusing if you got lost in that desert, because the wind is constantly moving. You would have a hard time keeping up with exactly where you were supposed to be. Many animals live in India. Unlike most big cats, the Bengal tiger loves to swim. Every Bengal tiger has unique stripes, just like our fingerprints. Indian elephants have smaller ears than their bigger relatives in Africa. Indian elephants help people by carrying wood. So in India, they can actually train the elephants more than they do in Africa, and they use them for labor. All right, and you can tell the difference in the ear size. So an Indian elephant has smaller ears, where the African elephant tends to have bigger ears. All right, so we have the Bengal tiger. Then you have the king cobra. Ugh. I'm not very happy about the king cobra. Then you have the rhinoceros, which is the Indian rhinoceros, the Indian peacock, and then here's the Indian elephant, and you can look at the ears. All right. People in India speak many languages. Most people speak Hindi, which is one of the country's official languages. Some people also speak English, but there are hundreds of other languages spoken in India, including Urdu or Marathi. All right, so to say, and I'm sure this is Hindi, this is what I'm going to teach you because it's one of the national languages. To say hello, you would say Namaste. 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 Okay? And this is how they would write it. Kind of looks like a picture. Namaste. And then to say goodbye, you would say Namaste. So you kind of say hello and goodbye the same way, Namaste. So it would depend on if you were coming up to them, then you would say Namaste. If you're getting ready to leave, you would say Namaste, so they could tell if you're saying hello or goodbye. Are you coming or are you going? That is funny. One type of traditional Indian clothing is the suwa. Let me see if I can get this out. Suwarkumis. Suwarkumis. These are loose cotton pants or skirts with a long shirt. Men may wear a hat called a kufi. Indian clothes features embroidery, shells, colorful beads, and patterns. So here would be that type of dress. Very cool. Indian food includes rice and vegetables. Remember, Asia is one of the biggest transporter of rice. So they grow lots of rice in Asia. So one of the foods that they would eat in India would be rice and vegetables. They like curried, flavored spices and hot chili. So they like their food to be a little spicy. Tandoori chicken is cooked in clay ovens called tandoor. Cold drinks called lassis are made with yogurt, fruit, sugar, spice, like cumin. So a lassi. You make it with yogurt, fruit, sugar, and spices, one spice being cumin. All right, that would give it a different taste. All right, so you have your greenish yellow color on it is the curry. Okay, so it's a spice, and it can be pretty hot, but the hot chili peppers that they use to cook with would also make it pretty hot. That's probably why you need the lemon to help spice it down a little bit. Money in India is called a rupee. Coins are called paisa. Paper bills show pictures of very important Indian leaders named Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. He helped India gain its independence through peaceful protest. Mahatma means great soul. All right, so here's a picture of their money and Gandhi right there. People in India celebrate spring's vibrant colors on a holiday called Holi. Holi is also known as the festival of, you're going to be surprised, colors. So they like spring's vibrant colors. You know, when the spring flowers come out and they have that pretty purples and yellows and pinks, and then the sun shines bright. So they celebrate spring's vibrant colors on a holiday called Holi, also known as the Festival of Colors. On this exciting day, people gather in the streets to throw brightly colored water and powder at each other. They laugh, they sing, they dance, and they have lots of fun. So look here. And I think we have something similar now. In Lancaster County, we will have the color race, and it's a race that you can go on. I think it's a 5K race and then shorter ones for kids. And while you're in the race, people will throw balloons that have kind of like that watercolor, but paint in there, and so that when you're done with the race, you're all mixed up with colors. So in India, they celebrate and you throw these colors at. Doesn't that sound like fun? All right, the Taj Mahal is a mausoleum in India. It was built by an ancient emperor to honor his wife. The emperor and his wife are buried there. The Taj Mahal is covered in white marble surrounded by gardens. Millions of people will visit it each year. It's a beautiful building that they've made out of white marble. And they have many of visitors that come every year just to see this beautiful building. All right. So that is India. All right. And I will have a special project for you to do as well. So you can look that up after you're finished watching these videos. All right. So very cool. Also, in the extra activities this week, we'll be taking a look at Pakistan. All right? Okay, so have a fun afternoon.